Right then, for one final time this season, fan reaction, Burnley 1, Forest 2. And I'm glad it's the last one I'm doing this season, as Andrew and Chris have already said on their fan reactions. And I think the overwhelming feeling amongst Burnley fans is, finally, the season is over. What a horrible season. We had so much promise, didn't we, when we came up from the Championship, so much hope, so much expectation. And it's been one to forget. It's been one to forget. Not one that we'll be remembering in years to come with DVDs and things like that, is it, to be fair? But in terms of the match, I feel, again, I've said it a million times on here, but it just summed the season up brilliantly, didn't it? Sorry. All the ball, no idea. Not enough firepower up front. Not that there was any clear-cut chances missed. There are a few chances. Amdouni had that one that he should have done better with in the first half. Odegaard had a couple. But I don't recall any clear-cut chances. Despite all the ball, the amount of the ball that we had, especially in that first half, where I look at that and I think, yeah, he should have scored, or yeah, we should have got back into that. Because we just didn't really create anything again, and it's been the problem from the season, hasn't it? We've just not been good enough, and again it showed against a team who were supposed to be the team that we were looking at to try and catch. They were just so much better than us, so much more clinical than us, so much better on the ball than us. It's not like we were playing Chelsea yesterday, who were in great form. It's not like we're playing your Liverpools, your Cities, your Arsenals, and I don't mean it with any disrespect to Forest. They're obviously better than us. They proved that over the course of the season and yesterday. But they were so much better than us, and it's a worry because that was a team that we were earmarking, looking at, thinking we need to try and finish above these to stay up. They were just miles better than us, and I've got no issues with the result. I think Forest deserved to win. I think in the first half, like I said, despite having 75% possession of the ball, give or take, we created absolutely nothing. They had 2 chances, scored them, and that's just Chris Wood. It's summed up, isn't it? That's just Chris Wood. I know people gave him stick, but if you give him the ball in the penalty area, 9 times out of 10 he's putting it in the back of the net. Probably about 8 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10 he's getting it on target, and that's the difference between him and Amdouni. Amdouni got that chance yesterday, blazed it over the bar, but in terms of actual footballers and actual technical ability on the ball, you'd probably say Amdouni was better, right? But in terms of actual finishing, Chris Wood all day long, and for me he got a lot of unnecessary stick when he was at Burnley. He was a very, very, very good finisher. Would obviously be in spells if he wasn't confident, you could tell. But he's clearly a man full of confidence at the minute, and he showed that yesterday. Should have probably had an hat-trick, actually. There was that chance where it fell to him. Well, it didn't fall to him, that's the problem, but a ball went in towards the far post and he was sliding in just that far away. And I think that was in the first half as well. He could have had an hat-trick within 30 minutes, and that, again, would have summed the season up perfectly, wouldn't it? Chris Wood, a player that used to get criticised by a lot of players, in my opinion, undeservedly so, comes and scores a hat-trick against. It's bad enough that he got 2. But yeah, that first half, all the ball, no idea what to do with it, just no quality again. And I apologise for saying the same things pretty much after every single match, but it's just been copy and paste, hasn't it? Throughout the season, apart from that 8-9 game spell where we did okay and everyone's like, oh, hold on, we might end up, being with a chance here. And then ultimately we bottled it against Newcastle. But throughout the majority of the season, it's been copy-paste for the majority of the games, and it was just like it was on yesterday, Sunday against Forest, where we have all the ball, don't have the quality to do with it, normally shoot ourselves in the foot, and then they go and score, but obviously we didn't really make a defensive error really today. You could just say we weren't good enough defensively, and we didn't build up any momentum like we have done to get our hopes up. At least Forest scored in the 3rd minute or whatever it was. It weren't a case of we were doing very well and then we shoot ourselves in the foot. But in terms of just not having enough quality and not being able to turn possession into XG, into shots on target, however you want to look at it, whichever stat is your favourite stat, we just couldn't do it again yesterday. And it's a shame because, like I said at the start, it was a season that we had a lot of hope, a lot of expectation. I do feel with the players that we have and the management that we have, we probably should have done better. I know some people will sit there and say the players aren't good enough, and to an extent I agree, but I don't know, I just feel like some of these players will go on to bigger and better things now, like your Sanders, like your Wilson Ordebears, and we had the chance to do something with them, and we just couldn't do it, and ultimately we've just not been good enough throughout the season. I think that the forward line's been an issue all season. The defence has been issues in parts. Yeah, sorry, fucking postman. Yeah, where we're at. Yeah, the forward line's not been good enough this season. We haven't created enough, and even then, when we've had chances, we've not put enough of them in the back of the net. But ultimately, I feel the creativity has just been lacking. The defensive line as well. There's been issues at the back. It's been better since Muric came in. But certain players, I feel like, have got better. I think the defence is better now than what it was at the start of the season. I think at the start of the season it was a massive issue, the defence. I don't think it's a massive issue now. And even going into the Championship, obviously we don't know who's going to be here and who isn't. But I think we keep one of the keepers. I think we probably keep Trafford over Muric. And I'm not sure if that's a club decision either. I wouldn't be surprised if Muric wanted to be here anymore, didn't want to be here anymore, and can anyone blame him? So I think a back line of, again, this is just me, just putting it out there. I have no idea who's staying or who's going. All of these could be gone at the start of next season. But a back line of Trafford, Esteve and Bayer, or Shea in the middle. And then you've got full-backs such as Roberts could be back. Then you've got the new lad coming in from PSV. Then you've got Vitinho as well. I think he'll do a job in the Championship. He did a job in the Championship last time when called upon. He's a better player now than what he was then. And then I think we'll get a new left back. So, but I look at that defensive line for next season. I think that's okay. The midfield worries me because I suspect that we are going to lose Sander. Let's all just be realistic. We're going to lose Sander. I think we lose Josh as well. Brownhill, that is, not Cullen. But Cullen was the glue that held that squad together in the Championship last time. So I suspect he'll be there and he'll do the same. So the midfield does worry me slightly because I feel like we're going to lose two of the main midfielders. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to seeing Masengo play. But let's be real, we don't really know too much about him. He probably will be good enough in the Championship because he's played there before with Bristol City. And now he's got an experience of playing and training in this squad, so he might be able to slot in nicely. But then we're still going to need to bring somebody in, even with that. It is the forward line that worries me. I think Odebear will be off. Corley Orshaw, wouldn't be surprised if his agent's drumming up any interest now. And then you've got the likes of Zarori and Brownhill, who are clearly good enough to come back in and do a job, as we've seen in the Championship already, but do they want to be here? So the forward line is the thing that worries me the most next season. And then you've got Lyle. He's been hit and miss, more miss since his issues, so we'll see what happens there. Do the club just want to ship him off and cut the losses? I'm not sure. Does he still want to be here again? No idea. But yeah. Chris and Andrew have both said the same thing about we're glad the season is over. Echo them sentiments. I am looking forward to a break, just not having to... Not that I ever thought about not going on the games, because I always did, but I think Andrew said it as well on the full-time show. There's been moments where you're thinking, can I be bothered going on this week? And that's how it's been getting. It's been getting to the point of, I can't be bothered, but I'll just go on anyway because I've got a season ticket. And that's just what you do in it. You just go on. Even when you don't particularly want to, you just do it because that's just what you do. You're a fan. That's what being a fan is. You still go on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to, 3-month break? I'm looking forward to next season though, and I'm looking forward to some decent pre-season friendlies if the Hoffenheim rumours are true. We'll see. But even if not, I'm pretty sure they are. But even if not, we'll surely get some decent friendlies because we had some good ones last year, didn't we? In Portugal and stuff like that, and Belgium. So fingers crossed we can do some stuff like that, and Turfcast will get out there. Turfcast will keep continuing making content throughout the summer. We don't stop. I know some of the other podcasts do. We don't. We'll carry on making content, whether it be Burnley content, Euros content, more interviews. We'll see. But yeah, happy this season is over and happy for a 3-month break. But thanks for watching. This is obviously the last fan reaction until August. But yeah, we'll still be doing other sorts of content. So keep watching.